Okay, so here's the Invert Mini ASA revisited. This is the only problem with the new minis that I know of. I've seen one mini with a trigger adjustment problem, but it was an older one. Their board problems have been fixed, but now they have an ASA problem where the leak is located right here between the ASA regulator and the bottom of the grip frame. So I think I've developed a foolproof way of adjusting your ASA so it doesn't wiggle without actually breaking the bottom line gas transfer tube. Because I've done that before, and I got a video of a guy who broke his by accident, and he had only had his mini for like a week or so, and it's a really big nuisance, you know. And they've just got to get this thing taken care of. It's either a design flaw or a bad run in production, or a combination of both. I do think that the Mini, since it has no hoses, you know, you never have to replace a hose, but everything has to be tight. There has to be no binding or any bending. So I'll take my grip frame off, and since I'm out here, I might as well clean this gun up anyway. This is the stuff I use. It works pretty well. I wouldn't use it on your goggles, but it works pretty good as a nice little tech rag, polishing up your gun. So I'll take care of that later. Alright, so got the grip frame off. Usually you don't have to undo one side of the grip frame. It's safer to undo the whole thing this time. And this is too small an Allen key. So all you have to do is undo that. These screws. 2 screws right here on the bottom. Zoom in some more. And your ASA should come right off. Okay, so that's off. This is where the guy had the problem. Let's see if you can see it. There's a little O-ring right here. Most people don't lose this O-ring. A lot of people are more responsible, especially with gun O-rings. They're like, yeah, let's not lose it. Alright. What will actually happen is that the pressure from your ASA, you know, it'll fit down in there. But let's say to snug it up, it's actually pushing on this ASA, and this ASA will actually break and cave in to the rest of the into the rest of the tube, and you'll hear there's a rattling sound. And it's a real pain. Unless you know where to get a bottom line gas transfer tube, you're going to have to send it to Key. I think Boss Paintball used to have it. But one thing I did notice is that the way that you actually put your Mini together. This part is actually threaded right here. And I'm actually going to show you. And in order to do an adjustment, you're going to need air. The way the gas transfer tube stays in place, there's actually a threaded hole. I really don't feel like taking my whole entire grip frame off right here. If you have any questions, just shoot me up a link. I might have to do it anyway. But it actually screws down into the bottom. So what I noticed is that, see how it's coming out and poking out further? What you can do is you can screw it, back it out, so this thing is barely out the way. It's kind of tucked out the way. There's no way that this thing is going to get smushed by the ASA anymore. So now that you have that out the way, you can put your ASA back on. Set it up, make sure it doesn't wiggle, make sure it's nice and robust and it doesn't move at all. And then once you have these tightened down, you can go back and then tighten down your your bottom gas line transfer tube so it goes into the ASA, and the O-ring will take care of that. And at this point, what you can do, you can screw your tank in, see if it leaks, screw it back out, tighten it some more. That way you don't over tighten, ram it down in there, and then break your bottom line gas transfer tube. That's the way to ultimately adjust your ASA if it wiggles or not. That way, no parts are binding or anything, because if you bring the ASA up, you might create some pressure right here, and it will break. So that's one way to do it. If it's already broken, there's absolutely nothing you can do unless you can find another gas bottom line transfer tube. I saw them on Boss Paintball, but they were sold out because this happened to so many people. Kia's taking care of it. They should have a new run of these things in there. I sent mine to Kia on a Monday. It came back the very next Monday. I think I paid about $10 in shipping. It was absolutely free to repair. And everything's been good so far, but I don't know if this is a better, a new part or just still the recall part that it still didn't break. So hopefully this will clear everything up and nobody will be breaking their gas transfer tubes anymore.